The future is bright indeed. We're all of us dreaming of the better days ahead, and a part of your bright new future could be a move to where the magic lives in the greater Orlando area of Florida. One of the biggest decisions you'll make when considering a move is selecting a realtor who can successfully match you with the right home in the right location at the right price. Victor Naraki is the realtor who can help you make the move you've always wanted to. Whether you're a first-time homeowner or looking to move near Disney World, Victor is in your corner. If you are looking for an experienced real estate agent covering all of Central Florida, please visit DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com today and find out just why you should work with Victor. I encourage you to create a free, no-obligation account on his website. By doing so, you'll unlock the website's full potential and be able to enter specific criteria, save listings, and browse new properties sent to your email. Visit DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com today or visit his Facebook page, Victor Naraki Realtor. And don't forget to tell him the Grand Circle Tour podcast sent you.
And we're live!
We are live! Woo!
I feel like I haven't been here forever.
Well, you
Where
haven't.
are you again? Wait,
I don't know what to do.
Man, oh man, we have got a crazy busy show today. I don't think we're going to get through it. This is going to end up being a two-parter, I got a feeling. We might as well just admit it right now, because we're going to end on time. Because right after we're done, I want everybody to zip over to WDWPOV, Facebook or YouTube, and watch Jeff Monoterno and Marcus, because they are doing their annual special show that they do every year. That's very, very popular. So we want to send everybody there afterwards. Speaking of the Jeffster,
Hi, Jeff.
hey GCT gang, and Chris is with us.
Chris,
and Ken.
Hi,
And
Ken.
Ken.
I hope we make
Mom.
people's Mondays better.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi,
Cindy
Aunt
and
Cindy.
Mary isn't.
Mary.
Ed, hello. Teresa, we got a full house here. Right
Hi,
on.
Lily.
That's great to see. That is awesome to see. I put a lot of work into this week's show. Or I should say we put a lot of work into this week's show.
No, you put a lot of work. I just showed up.
I think Holly and I are mostly here for the ride.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I'm amazed. Not to get too far ahead here, but I've been looking through this stuff that you put together, and I'm just amazed at the stuff we're going to go over tonight. So I'm really looking forward to this.
This
Hi,
is going to
Jason.
blow minds. I can tell you that right now. This is going to blow minds. Thanks, GCT crew, for the early show time slot, allowing us to do our special WDWPOV show tonight.
Of course.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anything we can do to help
absolutely.
out our friends. Holly's selling her orange bird earrings. Did you sell out?
Yeah,
yet?
I just pulled them out, and I'm just realizing that you have an orange bird shirt and hat on. So too bad your ears weren't pierced.
I can attach it to my earbuds. So hang on here. Let me.
You don't make them in clip earring style yet?
I'm working on it actually because I've had some requests. So these are the orange bird ones, and then I brought over
This is
the
one I want
little
right there. These are the ones I
skylighter
want.
ones
There we go.
too.
I like the
Skyliners?
Skyliner ones too.
Yeah.
I like the Skyliner ones a lot.
Super cute. And then these ones are love Mickey to pieces. So
Oh,
this is the
okay.
first time I'm trying these
I thought
on. They're
you
really
killed
cute.
and skinned Mickey and hung him on your ear. I thought that's what
Yeah,
that
I know it's kind of sad, right? But it's cute.
Here we go. Edward is looking for some architectural discussions. Yes, we have a lot. I love those orange bird earrings, but will not get my ears pierced.
Yeah.
I
Neither
do have
will
to encourage
Monroe.
people,
I
anyone
haven't been
who
able
li-
to talk
anyone
to
who
him.
likes these sort of earring things or whatever, go see
Whatever.
Holly's site at Marvelous on was it marvelousonmainstreet.com? Is that
Yes.
right? Okay.
Thank you.
Because there she has so many of these that are so much fun. I love the popcorn ones that you were showing me the other day.
Yeah, those are fun too.
Yeah.
And they're so
exactly.
light too. Like except for the jingling, I don't even really know I even have them on.
There we
Hi,
go.
Kevin.
So, well, seeing as how Holly is promoting, I'm going to promote as well. This is Star Wars month. May the 4th is coming up, but I'm doing a Revenge of the Fifth show on solo show, and I
Okay.
have Eric Walker. For people that aren't familiar, he's
Oh,
the
yeah.
original Mace, the original actor from Mace, or from Star Wars, the original Mace from Star Wars, the OG Mace, he calls himself. I'll get it out. And his partner from allforsci-fi.com, Captain Rickster. And we did a fun show. We went through our favorite Star Wars sound effects.
Oh,
So that's coming
that's
up in the
funny.
solo show.
And that is a perfect person to have with you on that show. I love it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was actually he didn't know as much stuff as I thought he would, but he knew he had some amazing stories. Of course, the first thing he picks is the Ewok horns. Is his favorite sound effect.
That's funny.
So yeah, so that's coming up on the solo show this Thursday, the May the 5th. Let's get to our hidden Mickey. I got a really good one this week. I can hardly wait to share this with you guys. Here's our hidden Mickey.
I love these hidden Mickeys. I'm so glad you came up with this idea.
This is a good idea. I'm sorry, great idea. I don't have good ideas. I only have great
Hi,
ideas.
Carolyn.
All righty, so let's get right to this. So here is our hidden Mickey of the week. It's not the traditional Mickey that you would sort of see with the two ears and the circle, but I'll kind of read it out to you because it's kind of faded. It's Mortimer Company, which is of course is the original name of
Mickey,
right, and 1928, which is of course that year is important.
That was the year
Mickey's.
of Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, right. So this is encased in the cement. A Mortimer and Company, 1928. Where will you find this in Walt Disney World?
What does it say under that?
I'm trying to make it out. Contractory or something like that. Mortimer and Company.
Contractors, maybe.
Yeah. So, anyways, where is this? Wait for people to catch up. Beatrice is here. Hello, Beatrice. The dynamic blast that made the list for sure, Jason. That's one of my favorites. And Chris Crawford's here. Hello. So,
Chris,
do you guys have any ideas where this would be? I kind of told you. I think. Here we go. Mary got it.
You gave us enough of a hint. You at least told us what park it's in.
Yeah, so it's in Hollywood Studios. So any idea where? There's actually more than one. There's actually a few of them. Ken's guessing Ratatouille as usual. Nope.
I'm gonna guess in the sidewalk.
Yes, in the sidewalk.
Somewhere in the concrete, because
it's near a garbage can.
That's a garbage can? I need some paint.
Yeah, I know, eh? Oops, why is this thing not working? There we go. Sidewalk, Mary says.
Is that over by
Sunset
like the
Boulevard
Indiana
corner. There we go.
Jones?
Yeah, no, it's the other way. It's towards Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, so there we go. Sunset Boulevard. Near Sunset Boulevard. Yeah, that's it. Now, what I want to share is when I found that, I was with somebody special that knows an awful lot about hidden Mickeys. If I could, where did I put these things in order, then I forget what order I put them in. So I got a short video here. So I shot this video. I just want to show this really quick. This video.
Hello everyone, Hidden Mickey guy here. I'm going to show you a hidden Mickey on Sunset Boulevard in Disney's Hollywood Studios. How about it? It's a stamp in the cement that reads Mortimer and Company, 1928, contractors. Mortimer was Mickey's first and discarded name. And 1928 is the year of his birth. How about that?
That's
Cool, eh?
fun.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So explain
so
who
the
he
funny
is.
story. So the funny story is, I got stopped at the border coming back, and they were questioning me like, "Where were you? What were you doing?" And so I went to Disney World, and of course the guy, "Why don't you think it's weird you went to Disney World by yourself?" And so he went through my suitcase, went through all my stuff. He wanted to open up the popcorn bucket. I stopped him before he shot the popcorn everywhere. They went through my phone and wanted to see my pictures to see if I took any pictures at Disney World to make sure my story lined up. And so he came across that video. He goes, "What's this video?" And I said, "Well, I filmed that. That's the Hidden Mickey guy." And he goes, "You shot this?" And he watched. He goes, "This is a really good video." He goes, "I like this." So, every time I see that video, I'm always reminded of the Border
That's
Patrol.
so crazy.
But of
Get
course,
the
that
app.
was.
It's-
But of course, that was Stephen Barrett, who
Yeah.
is well known for his Hidden Mickey field guide.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. Mary says, "Get the app." The app is I love the app so much.
Okay,
It's
I
kinda-
did not know there was an app. Gonna download
yeah.
it.
I'm not sure
right
if there's
now.
one for Disneyland for sure, but there's one for Disney World. And what's great about the app is you can kind of say where you are, and it will tell you. It doesn't tell you exactly where to look, but it kind of gives you hints. And if you can't
general
find it,
area and such, where to
yeah,
look.
yeah. So and then if you can't get it from the first hint, you can push a button. It'll give you a second hint, a second clue, and it's an awesome app.
Okay, so it's $8.
Yeah, totally worth it. Yeah,
So
totally
there
worth
is
it.
one. There's one for Disneyland and one for
Okay.
Disney World.
Okay, you
Okay.
need that.
Mhm.
Yeah, Steve is
Lisa.
a great guy for sure.
And don't, if you find one that is not in the book, you send it to him, and sometimes he'll add it on his next edition.
Well, the funny thing is that day we were walking around, I did find one, and I took a picture of it. He told me to submit it, and we submitted it, and it actually got added to the thing, and I got my credit in his book. Stan Solo found this one. It's at
okay,
Pizza
so he
Rizzo, I
does.
think.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
That's
submitted
awesome.
another one too that a bus driver pointed out to me, and it got voted down because when you submit it, he doesn't decide. He puts it on his website, and people vote whether it's a Hidden Mickey or not.
Oh, gotcha.
So I had one that a bus driver pointed out to me. So I took a picture of it. I gave it to Steve, and it got voted down.
Huh.
Once, yeah, exactly. I've been drinking the Stan Solo brand Expedition Roasters coffee. One sip and you forget you don't forget everything. You just forget everybody's name. You can't pronounce it. Yeah, load the app for sure. There we go. HiddenMickeyGuy.com. Thank you, Mary. Ken Skidmore doesn't need that to forget. Alrighty. Oh, and of course, our Hidden Mickey is brought to you by
Victor.
Disney at your doorstep.
.com. There we go. Yes.
Go sign up at his website, Victor's website. Lots of great information, not just about purchasing houses, just information on Florida in general.
Yeah, for sure. Plus, he does live videos every.
Yeah, he's a
Sunday.
fun guy.
He's a fun guy for sure. Yeah. Not a mushroom. He's not a fun guy. He's a fun guy. Okay, should we get right to our show?
Yes.
Got
We probably
45
should.
minutes left. Yeah.
We're
The
trying
app
to
is
finish on
awesome.
time for a change.
It's nice to have.
I'm the only one without this app. That's so funny.
Yeah, no, the app is awesome. The thing is to remember to use the app when you're there. That's just
Yeah.
that's the trick.
Well, I will,
I'm gonna
because
have to do this now that I'm going down by myself, and I'm just gonna have all this time to like look around a little bit more.
every
Yeah.
time, like Jason just said, I never remember the book. So
No. And what's great about the app too is you get points if you find it. It keeps track of the ones you found and all that as well.
oh, okay.
So
Okay.
And so you I believe you can get a whole land and get all the points in that land type of thing. And yeah, Mary uses the app a lot.
Cool.
Yes, time to have Victor on again. We're gonna have Victor on next month on the solo show. He's gonna come on. Okay, let's get to the very first thing. So of course, the first thing you see when you walk into Hollywood Studios is
Hollywood studio sign.
Before we get to that, WDW Mousing was phenomenal at getting information and helping me get the information for today's show. WDWmousing.com is unbelievable the amount of information you can get on that website. So check them out as well. All these pictures are all from WDW Mousing that we're going to be showing.
Okay.
Is where I got them all from. So the Crossroads of the mall, of the world. That's what we have all seen this with the Mickey Mouse on top. So who wants Justin to do it? I think it's best like Justin, you take the first slide, Holly, take the next slide. Might that work best?
Okay.
Do you have the PDFs I sent?
I do have it up. So we've got that going for us here. As guests pass through the turnstiles of Disney Hollywood Studios, one of the first replicas of a Hollywood landmark guests come upon is Crossroads of the World, the eye-catching Mickey-topped tower. Crossroads of the World is modeled after America's first outdoor shopping mall, the original Crossroads of the World in Los Angeles. The streamlined modern architect Robert V. Dara built the mall in 1936 as the entrance to an eclectic shopping area. The tower is part of an Art Deco structure that looks like a ship with portholes and ship railings, suggesting an ocean liner passing through the cultures of the world.
That's this part here. So the one at Disney World doesn't have that ship part, but the original one does.
Yeah. The Screen Actors Guild, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Yen Young, Jackson Browne, and Alfred Hitchcock used to rent offices here. Today, it is undergoing revitalization and will be used as a business office complex.
Yeah, so I saw this and I was like, that they totally got that idea from, from this building. And this is what's interesting here. This is it back in 1937. That's cool. How long this had been here, that Crossroads of the World shopping mall. So pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
That is awesome. I love this.
Such a cool video. So
the
this
5
is
and 10 store.
Yeah, the 5 and 10 store. The term 5 and 10 goes back to the time when retail department stores such as S.H. Crest, never heard of it, J.J. Newberry, and F.W. Woolworth were the retail cores of cities and towns throughout America. So engineers designed the exterior to reflect a variety store in Hollywood called J.J. Newberry, only they found that the turquoise color didn't work for Hollywood Studios, Hollywood Boulevard, so they changed it.
Yeah, so here's the original building in black and white, and this is what it looks like more or less today. And you can see here, like these kind of wavy front is the same as the one at Hollywood Studios, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
All right. So next up, when the park opened, Cover Story was where guests. What's that?
Which I spelled wrong, I see.
Why not?
I'm like, wait, that's not cover.
Covery? Covery story.
Yeah, please ignore the spelling. Two words to spell.
When the park opened, Cover Story was where guests could purchase PhotoPass and Memory Maker photos and have the guests' faces put onto covers of Hollywood magazines. In 2017, the shops on this side of Hollywood Boulevard were refurbished. Cover Story now no longer transposes guest faces onto the covers of major magazines, and the PhotoPass / Memory Maker pickup has been moved over to Sid Kahunga's one-of-a-kind shop. Cover Story now offers home goods, stationery, toys, and plush merchandise, and small souvenirs. The Imagineers probably decided on this New York City building because the facade fit in well with the other Hollywood Boulevard facades, and perhaps because Cover Story shop fit into a building based on the headquarters of a major magazine publisher, in this case, McGraw-Hill.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool how even it curves in and has the same type of striping. Yeah. I mean, they took some liberties in the coloring and all that. All these buildings, they took some liberties and changed it here and there, but you could really see the inspiration that was founded by these.
Yeah, very cool. So this is Mickey's of Hollywood. This is a long one. Mickey's of Hollywood is situated on the corner of Hollywood Boulevard across from the Crossroads of, why can we not say that? Crossroads.
I'm so glad it's not just me.
Mickey's of Hollywood serves a similar function that the Emporium does on Main Street. It's one of the main merchandise locations in Hollywood studios with a wide assortment of park souvenirs. It is reference to the lingerie retailer Fredericks of Hollywood. The part of the first floor facade of the Hollywood Studios store is modeled after the original California storefront, which is also located on Hollywood Boulevard in California. The first facade of the Mickey's of Hollywood building is modeled in a Spanish colonial revival style with little balconies and arched windows. It was inspired by the 1925 Bain building on Hollywood Boulevard at Whitley Avenue in California and Hollywood. Harry Blaine had the Blaine building in 1926.
Yeah, so you can see here how the entrance, the doorway
Blaine?
is.
Oh, Bain. I need to put my
Bain
glasses
building.
on.
Yeah, so you can see how the entrance is a complete replica.
That's pretty cool.
And then the curved windows and the balcony on top. Like,
The balconies remind me a lot of New Orleans.
Yeah,
I was
that's
thinking
a really
the same
cool
thing.
balcony.
Yeah.
And it's a reference to lingerie retailer. So it's no Wizard of Bras, but we've got some lingerie involved all the same.
Crossroads of America.
Crossroads.
I'm talking like Lincoln now.
I was just gonna say, you got Lincoln in here. All right.
So funny.
This one really, you can see this one for sure with the big window and then the two little windows on the sides and then this angled roof.
All right, so we have
and then the two windows on the side.
Adrian and Edith's head to toe, and the inspired by the Chapman Park Market in Los Angeles. So originally, Sweet Success opened in this location with the rest of the Disney MGM studios, and this shop sold specialized candy and other treats. Around 1996, the shop became Adrian and Edith's Head to Toe, which stocked ear hats, headbands, and custom embroidered Disney character goods. The small shop was themed after the early 20th century costume shop. In 2018, formerly costume-themed Adrian and Edith's Head to Toe reopened from its refurbishment and is now carrying packaged candies and other treats.
It says lunch, right? Does that say lunch open on the...
Yeah, so the Imagineers designed the facade after the Chapman Park Market building located on West 6th Street in Los Angeles.
Justin is buying bras. Did I hear that right?
The Wizard of Bras was an actual lingerie shop in the original Disneyland there on Main Street.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. So of course they're going to build, design a building after Fredericks of Hollywood. But anyways, yeah. So I thought this was just amazing. How it's totally.
You can totally see the resemblance and the influence there. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even though it's got a little different, texture to the front there. The original building has like that little bit more sculpted look, but you can definitely see the influence there.
Oh, here, Edward. Yeah, exactly. So Edith's Head had 35 Oscar nominations and 8 wins. She designed the ruby slippers as well. And she was also the inspiration for Edith Mode on
in The Incredibles. Yeah.
The Incredibles,
cool.
yeah. And if you see her, that's her. Like Edith Mode or Edith Mode is.
Yeah. That's why I say no capes.
Yeah.
I think Edward should have been in one of these host chairs today.
That's it, Holly. You're out. We're bringing Edward in.
Well,
yeah, I think he'd be better.
Edward's from the Disney Nerds podcast, so he's well versed. So this is pretty cool. So the Trolley Car Cafe building is also known as the Electric Pacific building, and you could. This is the sign of the at Disney Hollywood Studios, which is this sign up here. It's just a zoom in of the sign. Of course,
and this is also where you What do you get at this place, Dan?
So this is now the Starbucks here.
Yeah. But what do
Oh,
they
you get
sell?
the carrot cake
Yeah.
cookie, of course. Yeah,
Come
so this is the
on.
carrot cake cookie store.
Exactly. That's what it's really called.
Yeah.
So known as the Pacific Electric Building, it has housed numerous uses over the years, including Calling Dick Tracy, Legends of Hollywood, LA Cinema Storage, and Banana Co. Today, the classic trolley car station is designed to provide a unique experience. Starbucks. Come on now.
Yeah.
It's a
so
Disney Starbucks.
But this building was modeled after a real Pacific Electric building from 1907. The Ivy substation located on Venice Boulevard, Culver City, built to house power equipment needed for the Pacific Electric Railway. The electric power red car trolleys that crisscross Los Angeles. That's pretty cool. The Ivy substation was closed in 1953 and remained empty until 1990.
Okay, so
Yeah.
does the building itself here, does that say 1928? Is that the building number there underneath the
Yeah, I believe so.
the
Yeah.
city flag
Yeah.
tree? Yeah.
See,
And of course, the
Edward says,
red cars, the red car trolleys, we see those in the park, but they were also in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
That was the red car trolleys that were being shut down.
Yeah. So there is still a train look inside of that Starbucks as well. When you go to the inside the Starbucks, it has a bit of a train look because it's very cool connection to the history of the building.
No, that is.
A lot of these have that. They have like things inside the building as well, which we didn't get into but there's a lot of things that are happening inside the building.
We're barely going to have time to get through the outside. All the insides.
This one really blew my mind. Like this is
Mickey's of Hollywood and a Security First National Bank in Los Angeles.
That's crazy. Just a side view, and they did a whole nother building.
Yeah. So the front end of Mickey's of Hollywood, which would be, I guess, on the side here, is a different building again, compared to this side.
Yeah.
View. There's two different facades.
Too bad those people couldn't have got out of the way.
I know.
There are programs for that, but we'll get into that later. Mickey's of Hollywood continues behind a black and gold facade with zigzag ornamentation. The facade is a replica of a landmark bank building from Los Angeles Wilshire Boulevard. In 1929, Security First National Bank of Los Angeles built a bank branch externally sheathed and glazed in black terracotta with bright gold accented terracotta detailing. Fashioned in a zigzag modern, aka Art Deco, ornamental facade on Los Angeles's Miracle Mile, Wilshire Boulevard.
Yeah.
And
So,
is that a house or church? Can we tell next to it in the original 1929 photo?
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
It looks like a house.
Yeah, but then
That's what it looks like.
looks like billboards or something out front.
I think that's a bus stop.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I almost wonder if it is more of like a church or something, just because of that.
Yeah. See, and the vault is probably right here, so all you got to do is drill a hole through that house wall into the. Is that how all those movies were back then?
Yeah,
To become friends with the priest and
Their
bring
benches,
a hand drill, work at night.
Edward thinks benches as well. Yeah, it could be. It might be a post office or something next to the bank.
Maybe.
That would make
I
sense.
just picture as one of those places like, we're going to offer you this much money to sell your house, like up.
Oh, yeah. and they never sell.
Yeah, and then they won't sell.
Yeah. So this one's really cool. I love the story
this
of
one's
this.
super cute. Pluto's Toy Palace. So another facade for Mickey's of Hollywood is named Pluto's Toy Palace. Pluto's Toy Palace is a gift shop on Hollywood Boulevard. Its most noticeable feature is the neon Pluto on top and vertical neon Pluto's top. What? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know, maybe it's a
Toy.
So the store
Pluto's
front was
Toy
inspired.
Palace. Not
The
top
storefront
hat.
was inspired by a dog and cat hospital that was located on North Highland Avenue in Hollywood. The dog-top building in Hollywood was designed by architect Ted R. Cooper for Dr. Alexander Moxley's veterinarian practice. It was completed in 1930. It's now an office building, but without the dog, sadly.
Yeah,
They took down the dog.
Yeah.
Those monsters.
They should have left it up, honestly. Like,
oh, for sure. I mean, maybe it was going to fall or something. You know, sometimes these things
well, I
rot and
suppose
whatnot.
that sort of thing can happen. But yeah, I mean, if there's no good reason to take it down, I mean, when it's something that historic, you just leave it up. It's
exactly.
because
So
it's
what's
so
really
cool.
cool is this decal in the window here. I zoomed it up here, and it's the something in paw.
Lend a
Paw Pet Clinic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Lend a Paw Pet Clinic.
And what was his thing? What was the name called?
Plutos.
And what was that? What is that in the window, Stan?
It's like this is in Hollywood Studios. It says Lend a Paw Pet Clinic.
Yeah, but what is it called?
Plutos Toy Palace.
No, the thing in the window.
Oh, a decal. A decal.
Oh, see, Mary's already saying it.
A sign. Oh yeah, Mary's already on top of it. Mary's already on top of it. Yeah, a decal.
It's a decal.
So, anyways, so next time you're at Hollywood Studios,
just
you want to
pull out your Stand English dictionary.
so next time you're in Hollywood Studios and you want to show off to whoever you're with, say, you know, the reason why that sign is in that window for a toy store, it's because that building is based on a building in Hollywood that's really a pet and dog clinic.
Yeah.
So I just want to go back here. So that the building next to the bank, Jason says it's a Starbucks. It's
and Steve said they took down the dog because they probably maybe the new practice liked cats.
So Jeff says it's cool, the dog at the top.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite. Mary says she loves the tail. Yeah, that tail's cool at night, especially when it lags. Kevin says yes, Pluto at night is great for sure. Mary wants me to say decal again. Maybe they like cats. And the decal must be a homage to the original. Yeah, it's exactly what it is, Jeff. It's for the original vet clinic. That was what the building was designed on. So you can show that off to your friends next time you're there. Okay, I think it's Justin.
All right, so we have the Disney and Company store. Fashion Extras has all the Disney accessories to complete the perfect outfit. When Disney MGM Studios opened in 1989, Disney and Company was a brand name for Disney t-shirts and ready-to-wear. Thus, the corner location called for a corner landmark, and the Disney Imagineers were inspired by a building that played a critical role during the golden age of the motion picture industry. The Agfa Ansco building is an excellent blend of Art Deco and streamlined modern styles that were prominent during Hollywood's peak. This structure, during the golden age of the motion picture industry, housed work that was important for the early film industry, the photographic film, paper, and cameras used to create movie magic. Built in 1937, the Agfa Ansco Corporation building on Santa Monica Boulevard is now officially a historic cultural monument.
Very cool. And you could totally see the inspiration with the peak, the two windows, the curvature of the front, the corner entrance is identical. Well, not identical, but yeah.
But close enough that you can definitely see the similarity. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the fact that it is such an important part of the movie making process makes it a perfect fit for Hollywood Studios, especially when it was, you know, the original concept of the Disney MGM Studios.
Yeah. Edward's asking, is there somewhere in Disneyland that looks like that? There's one coming up. That's very similar, I believe, in Disneyland. Now, is a Little Mermaid building similar to this, Holly, in DCA?
Well, I was thinking of like Carthay Circle. Doesn't it?
There's a Carthay Circle one coming up that we have.
Okay.
That I think is exact replica. Beatrice is glad she doesn't have to read these names. Yeah, Disney and their details.
Calling modern as modern, and I finally just started calling it modern.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I only have it pulled up on my phone, and for whatever reason, I think all the lights, I'm having like trouble reading. Oh, okay. Is it this one?
Yeah, no, this isn't it. So this
Oh.
is this is
They
Keystone
all look
Closers,
like
which
it,
is like
though.
my favorite store at Disney Hollywood Studios because it has all the Star Wars stuff in it.
So Keystone, is it clothiers?
Yeah.
Clothers?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the
Clothiers.
largest clothes shop in Walt Disney World that features all things Star Wars. Oh, okay. Now we get it. So Jedi robes, tunics, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and Black Spire Outpost branded t-shirts, mugs, hats, BB-8 water bottles. I don't know why they have to list every item. That's
Don't worry about reading it all. Sorry. Go to
In
2 to 2.
2019, the shop went through a refurbishment. Prior to the refurbishment, Keystone offered a selection of Disney merchandise and Disney branded apparel. So the Keystone facade was modeled after the petite Art Deco tower called the Wilshire Bowl, was a popular restaurant and nightclub on the Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. It opened in 1933 as a restaurant. In 1943, it became Slapsy Max's nightclub. That sounds kind of fun. That offered dinner and dancing to the big band sound of Phil Harris Orchestra. Phil Harris was a comedian, actor, singer, and jazz musician, but most Disney fans would recognize him as the voice of Baloo in Jungle Book. That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. So it's great there's that Disney connection there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slapsy Maxie's nightclub. Say that 3 times fast.
Especially after a few martinis at Maxie's nightclub. Thank you, Steve. Steve says leave Stan alone in his punctuation of words.
It's fun. We like it. Hi,
so
Scott.
Okay, so Little Mermaid building was inspired by the Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco. Okay,
Yeah,
you look at that Little Mermaid building.
I was actually just looking it up.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that, Scott. That's
a
cool.
really nice building in California Adventure as well. Last chance to find good stuff before leaving Disney Hollywood Studios. Always walk through for sure. Yeah, I love that store. Hey, Scott. Okay. Alrighty, the fashion
so we have
spot.
the fashion spot,
Oh, that's
and that is
cool.
inspired by the Max Factor building in Hollywood. So the next storefront of the Keystone Clothiers building is the fashion spot facade. It is a replica of the original Max Factor building that was located on North Highland Avenue in Hollywood.
I love those windows.
So you got that big long bit of text. I get this like half a paragraph.
You don't want to go over what they sold at Max Factor? Eyeliner, lipstick, nail polish, like.
So the fashion spot.
I didn't make this up.
So the fashion spot is actually still part of Keystone Clothiers. It's just an extended fake facade to make it look like it's two separate buildings, but it's actually one long building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the little windows on that.
Mary says, I want details on what they sell.
Yeah, exactly. So the right-hand
Give me
picture.
a minute. I'm sure we can find that.
The
Exactly,
picture on the
Edward, for
right,
sure.
is that current? Or when was this picture on the right taken?
It's probably in the 70s, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we don't know what these are currently for most of these. But it'd be kind of fun to see.
Yeah. For the most part, the pictures are reasonably current. Like it's not going to have changed much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I would like to see that.
I love this car here. Oh my gosh, I'd love to have that car.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. Okay. This one's cool.
Happy birthday. Okay, where are we? Tailor to the Stars. Tailor to the Stars is another Keystone Clothiers building facade on Hollywood Boulevard side. The inspiration came from the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power in Lincoln Heights, Los Angeles. It is still used by the LA Department of Water and Power as a regional office to serve Lincoln Heights. The building is unique for its bold facade and 2-foot high glass letters that read Municipal Light Water Power. That is really cool.
Yeah. You could totally see the inspiration here with these Art Deco sidings and the peaked roof, the lettering in the front.
I'm surprised all those glass letters aren't shattered. I wonder how often you have to replace those in LA.
No kidding. What is Lincoln Heights like? Is that a nice neighborhood or is it kind of?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know? Okay.
All right, so now we're looking at the side entrance here. At the other end of Keystone Clothiers is Hollywood Fashions, and that was modeled after the Owl Drug Company building, which was built in 1933 and is at 6382 Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood. The Owl Drug Company was a subsidiary of the Rexall stores. The architects that designed the building were the firm of Morgan, Walls, and Clements. The building is an excellent example of the steamline modern style, which was popular in the 1920s and 1930s. The drugstore is no longer in business, but the building at the corner of Hollywood Boulevard and Kahunga Boulevard is still there. How do you pronounce that? Do you have any idea?
I think that's about right.
Kahunga?
Kahunga.
Kahunga, hunga, hunga.
Is it
Alex,
a Popeyes? Does that say Pop or what does that say? Roscoe's? I don't know. Looks like a
Roscoe's,
restaurant.
I think. It's like a fast food place now, I think.
Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Yeah.
Kawanga. Thank
Kawanga.
you. Mr.
Wonga.
Teacher.
You know what? I think it is a Popeyes.
It could be.
And
Yeah,
yes,
it might
Steve, you know that I'm going to be writing all these addresses down in my next trip to LA. I'm going to be trying to find some of these.
Yes. So this is Holly's homework, is to find all these buildings in California. I got to go to Oakland and all that. Dan will take care of the one in New York.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kawanga.
Kawanga.
Kawabunga.
I like that one better.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like,
it
I think it
looks
might be a Popeyes now. Yeah.
I
So
don't know, it
anyways,
kind of looks like Roscoe's though.
yeah, you can totally
I think
see
it's
the
Popeyes.
inspiration.
Popeyes
Do you
should
guys still have Rexalls in the US?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
No, I don't think
the drugstore in my hometown was a Rexall's for so long. I don't know if it still is, but
Okay. Yeah, because one at the end of my street's a Rexall. Or is it a Shoppers? I'm not sure.
I will, Jason.
Okay. Holly has to
So-
take selfies in front of all the buildings. Or
Yeah.
better yet, do a video of each building and kind of show what the building looks like, and then we'll incorporate a picture of the Hollywood studio building in your video. Showing
Sure, that won't take any
and
time
try
at
to
all.
match up the angle. There we go. That'd be easy.
It was Cowabunga, I think.
well, I'm going to be there, so I'll take the video in Hollywood Studios, see, and we'll coordinate
we
this
go.
fine. It's
And Holly could travel all over
Grief.
LA
This
and
one is
Hollywood.
so
And,
long. I'm just gonna cliff note it.
well, get the gist of it. Don't read the
Yeah.
whole thing.
So
Yeah.
the Dark Room opened in 1989 and was a former camera shop. We know all those are going away. So during the 2017 renovations, the shop has been transformed into a merchandise store selling pins and magic bands. So the Dark Room was a real camera store on Wilshire Boulevard in LA. And it was originally constructed in 1926, but the camera storefront was built in 1938. Let's
Okay.
see.
sure.
So what is this? It's black. What? Like glass? But there's a special word for it. Edward?
Vitrolite.
What's that?
It's black vitrolite glass.
what is
facade is
vitrolite?
one of the most famous examples of programmatic architecture in the world.
But Edward, what's vitrolite? I have no idea.
Yeah.
So since the Dark Room ceased being a camera store, it has been a series of restaurants.
I could
And it
totally
was
see this being a
designed-
restaurant in Wilshire Boulevard.
That is such a cool building. I want to look at that one too and see if that one's still around.
That would be a good one to look for. Steve says all the Rexall drugstores are closed in America now.
Mm,
So
Yeah.
vitrolite is just a name for pigmented structural glass.
okay.
Read your notes while doing the videos, Holly.
That would be pure entertainment right there.
Okay, in the middle years of the Great Depression, shiny colored vitrolite glass appeared on storefronts in the US and the UK. There you go.
Thank you.
And then Mary says it's pigmented structural glass.
Interesting. Never heard of
You
it.
looked up the
Okay,
same
Jeff, we'll see you in a
Wikipedia
bit.
article I did.
All right, Jeff, have a good show tonight. We're going to send everybody there after to check out WDWPOV live right after we're done.
In about
on YouTube and
15
Facebook.
minutes.
About 15
Okay.
minutes, yeah. How are we doing on time here? Okay, we're going to do well. Okay, we're going to run
About
out of time
15
for
minutes.
sure.
That's how what
Yeah,
we're
not
doing for
gonna-
time.
At this one here, this is our halfway point right here. The Legends of Hollywood.
All right. So the Legends of Hollywood shop sold Hollywood glam and souvenirs from popular films. It was themed as a movie theater and even had a classic car outside. The shop has served as the place to get select Disney merchandise. Early on, it was a shop that featured Winnie the Pooh merchandise and then became home to lots of Tinkerbell merchandise. And in later years, it's been home to Hannah Montana, Camp Rock, and now Marvel merchandise. The Legends
before
of
you go,
Hollywood was inspired
Hang on,
by...
Justin. I'm just going to pause you for a sec. Now, okay, so that was the description for the Legends of Hollywood at Disney Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
What's really amazing is this theater's history. When Justin reads this history, listen to the history of this theater. It is incredible. Go ahead, Justin.
So Legends of Hollywood was inspired by the Academy Theater located in Inglewood, California. It was built by architect S. Charles Lee. The Academy Theater opened on November 7th, 1939, and it was originally designed to house the Academy Awards, but never did.
Could you
The
imagine
Academy
the
Theater
Academy Awards in that
never-
tiny theater?
No.
Hosted the Oscars, but it was often the location of film premieres and served as a major suburban theater for the Fox West Coast Theaters chain.
Yeah. So that I read that. I'm like, that is way too small of a theater for at least for today's Oscars.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
especially for
crazy.
today's, but was it big enough for any Oscars? I mean, that looks
No.
pretty small.
Yeah. So Jason's saying he's driven by the Academy Theater a few times, so he's familiar with
Cool.
this building in Inglewood, California. Vitality glass looks like black block glass used in many buildings in the 30s. There you go. No Oscars. Someone should get slapped. Oh man. Okay, let's do two more, and we'll cut.
wait,
and we'll
just
put a
got
pin
out
in
of
this.
it. I was trying to I was trying to look up. It is a Popeyes, that one.
It is a
It is a
Popeyes. Okay, yeah, it did look like a Popeyes logo.
thought
That's
that looked like
crazy.
Yeah, so we'll do two more, and then we'll put a pin in this, and we'll come back in about a month or so and continue with the rest of these. But let's
Gosh.
just do a couple more, and then we'll call it a
Hold on.
day. I didn't think we were going to get through them all, anyways.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Okay, so Planet Hollywood Superstore. Planet Hollywood Superstore at Disney MGM Studios opened in June 1994. Almost after 25 years, the store permanently closed in February 2019, and the space was taken over by the expansions of Legends of Hollywood.
Okay.
So the Planet Hollywood facade was modeled after the La Reina Theater in Sherman Oaks, California, a streamlined, modern masterpiece built in 1937. But all that's left of the real theater is its facade, marquee ticket booth, and terrazzo sidewalk. Its auditorium was demolished in 1987 and replaced by retail space. That's sad. Its sign tower was a victim of the 1995 earthquake. So the La Reina front is still around, but it's now a spa.
Yeah.
So basically,
Cameron-
everything that made it a theater has been demolished or destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. Mary's saying a month. Yeah, we got some shows planned for next week, and then I think Holly, you're going to take a little break for a couple of weeks. So then it's between the West Coast, East Coast change. So I'm guessing it's going to be about a month before we're able to get back to this. I'm saying.
That's all
Keep
right.
your eyes
Well-
open. Yeah. Edward says, why does Sherman Oaks ring a bell? Is there something familiar about Sherman Oaks, California?
I don't know. I
Probably.
just started thinking of Finding Nemo. P. Sherman.
Wallaby Way?
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like, oh wait, where'd it go? That camera is still there.
Well, that's cool.
P. Sherman,
But-
42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. There we go.
There.
It's
Golden
now-
Oak.
Golden Oaks.
It's now called the Spare Tire Kitchen and Tavern. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks pretty cool. So it's still there.
Can we get her up on? There you go.
Oh, there you go. It's still there. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see the camera there. Yeah.
That's
Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So here we're looking at the side door of Planet Hollywood.
Yeah,
So
this
the
is
end buildings.
this one's really cool too. The history of this building as well.
So the end building's facade was modeled after a White Tower Hamburgers restaurant. And it is an example of streamlined modern design in the 1930s. White Tower Hamburgers was a fast food restaurant chain founded in 1926 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and it closed in 2004.
White Tower, White Castle. It's kind of funny.
Well, the other thing too, what I love about this one is that it's not from California. It's from from Wisconsin, which is kind of unique in its own right. I'm wondering if one of the Imagineers. Yeah, as an Imagineer from Milwaukee and going, hey, I know a building that we can do. I used to even think
they would have to be.
Yeah, so I would like to know more of the story on this one in particular. But anyways, I thought that was really cool. So, what do you guys think? Was that a fun topic?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Absolutely. It was a wonderful topic. I just didn't know I was going to be reading so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Stan.
I had sent it to you like a week ahead, so you could have read it more several days ahead. Mary says, or Kevin says, White Castle is terrible.
I've honestly never had it.
That was awesome. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought? Really?
I love this idea of of finding the original inspiration of some of these details that we see in the parks, and I think we should do more things like that. I love because it's fascinating to see where all of these things come from. We always talk about how in depth and detailed Disney is, but to really kind of see where those inspirations originated, where they come from, what are they recreating? That makes it even more interesting, I think.
And why those buildings? Did they just see them and they thought they were cool, or do they have some personal attachment?
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of different reasons, and that's probably one of them. Is that they thought it was cool. But what's really cool too is when you go inside these buildings and you kind of look around. Now that you know that this building was based off of a pet clinic, and you see that sign in the window, and if you go inside, you'll see some things that point that this building is a pet clinic. Type of thing.
Yeah.
The decorations inside will
kind of like what Steve was saying. Next time we'll be doing the insides that would probably be a lot. But yeah, I'm sure there is some homage to the original stories of the buildings too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So Catherine says, yes, this was fun. Mary says, notice Stan doesn't read any of them.
No, he throws them to us.
White Castle is greasy good. Yeah, I agree. I only went to White Castle once, and that was in Chicago, and I loved it. Kevin had it in Ohio. Lots of people like White Castle. I love White Castle. All the details in the backstories. Yeah, exactly. Steve says,
but it's fun to see some of those backstories. In this case, to see the buildings that these things were inspired by. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Where it's, I guess, were you talking about WDW POV? It's just go on Facebook and search WDW POV or YouTube, and that's Jeff's show. As far as our next show for this, we're not sure when it's going to be. We're going to stick a pin in this, and we're going to revisit it because we've got like another 14 slides.
Like Stan says, it might be another month before we get it back on our schedule because we've got a few things planned for the next several weeks. So with different guests and such. So we
thank you, Cindy. Make sure to join your East Coast team next week. There we go with special guest Dave Bozard.
Dave Bozard,
So next Monday, hopefully back to our regular time, we'll have Dave Bozard on. And here's the link for Jeff's.
Thank you, Mary.
Show. Thank you, Mary. Alrighty, we're going to wrap it up. Give people a chance to zip over to Jeff's show. Thank you, Lily, and have a great week, everybody. Stay safe.
Bye.
I can find a closing.